Hi everyone, my name's Paul Morton. I'm an author, illustrator and creator of Bug Belly, Babysitting Trouble, a brand new book for 5 to 8 year olds. And today we're in my garden and we're going to look in the pond over there and see if we can see some real little froglets and tadpoles. Let's go have a look. And somewhere in that overgrown patch is the pond. There are plenty of stone frogs and model frogs around, even a crocodile keeping guard. But somewhere in there is the pond. Let's go around to the other side. There we can see the water. So in there are frogs and tadpoles. Let's see if we can catch any in the net. So we're going to just grab some of the top surface of the pondweed in the net. Lift it out and see what we've caught. And in there should be a few tadpoles. Just the one for now, because I think quite a few frogs have already left the pond. So let's have a look at this little guy. So yes, this little tadpole has got some back legs. Still likes to live in the water, he's not ready for leaving yet, even though some of his brothers and sisters have already left. But you can see he still wriggles and he still wants to swim. So if we move him down to this end, you'll see that this tadpole is quite happy swimming, even though the legs are there at the back. Now then, let's see if we can find some of the little frogs that have already left the pond. When the little frogs have grown their arms and legs, they leave the pond over there and they manage to make it all the way across that lawn, under the bushes, across this other lawn, and they always end up here under the wall in this foliage. So let's go down and see if we can see any of the tiny little frogs. What you usually have to do is just rub your hand through and then watch for it moving and watch for them jumping out. And there's two in fact, right behind that stick there. Tiny little frogs there. There you go. 2 tiny little frogs. Now, I've caught some of those little frogs that were hiding in the vegetation. And as you can see, they quite like climbing. And they're good because they've got sticky tummies and sticky legs and sticky fingers. So they can climb up things, especially smooth things. And this one here is 1 year old. If I show you the size of the others, the really tiny ones, they've just turned from tadpoles. Now let me show you the size next to a tadpole. And there you'll see the different sizes of the tadpole in my hand and the little frog. And the frogs are very good at jumping. The tadpole can't stay out of water for too long because it's still using its gills to breathe, whereas the little frog can breathe through its skin and its nostrils and its mouth. But you see the size difference. That tadpole shrinks, it absorbs all its tail into its body when it becomes a little frog, and then it starts eating and looking for tiny insects, and the frog's about to leap off my hand any second. And here you can see the 2 different sizes of the frogs. The one on my thumb is 1 year old, and the one in my palm is this year's that's just turned from being a tadpole. And they're both quite jumpy. So you can see the difference. When one lives to be 12 months older, it's about 6 times the size. Beautiful golden bodies, golden eyes. So that is a 1 year old little frog. And this frog is about 2, maybe even 3 years old. And this frog is quite dark because I found it under a muddy log. And frogs can change their colour depending on their surroundings. They can be bright green or they can be almost black. And I guess this one is about to jump off my hands very soon. Oh, does seem quite happy. Yep, there you go. And if you hop over to www.bugbelly.com, you can find a colour A4 fact sheet that tells you all about the frog's life cycle. And the little frogs have jumped back into the foliage, so now we'll tip the tadpole back into the water, ready for when it can grow bigger legs and escape. Bye bye tadpole for now.